Hello, everybody. I know it's late, but I want to have a conversation with you guys. So I'm gonna give people time to get on. I'm trying to find out where my late birds are because there's some people that are late owls like me and go to sleep very, very, very late. So what I want to do is those that are tapping in, if you do me a favor, if you would share this broadcast, I really would appreciate it. If you would do me a favor, share it right now. So those that wake up in the morning, they can see it and we can talk. And my purpose of getting on here is to really push everyone in Georgia to please vote. If you're a peach, you need to be running and voting. Souls to the polls. And we want to make sure that we're not in a position of being stagnated, but we're in the season of elevating. So make sure you get to the polls. That's one of the first things I want to talk about. And I'm going to also look and see who's on here. I may have a little time for you guys. If you want to come on here live with me and join me on the stream live, you can. What you're going to do, if you don't mind, what you're going to do, if you're going to want to talk to me a little bit, I call it the late night talk with Dr. Dr. Dianna, the late night talk with Doc. What you can do, I'm going to send you or inbox you the link, and then you will click onto that link and you'll come in here. We can have some discussion. But what all you have to do, if you want to talk, if you look here at the bottom of the screen, you'll see here, all you have to do is say in the box, give me a break. There are several outlets I'm looking at now. I have YouTube visitors. I have two Facebook pages that are going at the same time. So again, if you want to come in and talk with me, just put down there, give me a break. And I want to say good night to everyone, not good morning or good evening, but good night to everyone as we have a little conversation. Please, I have to stress the polls open up. Actually, they open up in another 6.5 hours. I want you to go to the polls and I want you to vote. Listen to me carefully. Go to the polls and I want you to vote. I don't care what city in Georgia that you're in. You must vote. Okay. So that's the first thing I want to talk to. So I want to see who's all on here. See who's live with me. Hello, Angela. Angela, it's good to see you, love. Angela, do me a favor, give hearts and please share. Guys, can you give hearts and can you please share? And I'm going back and forth. So please give hearts and please share. Thank you so much. Give hearts and please share. Even if they're not up tonight, they're fine it waiting on them first thing in the morning. So if you would be kind enough to do that, I really would appreciate it. Right. Also, yeah, that's right. Put it in the box. Give me a break. And I'm looking as you're coming on. Hello, Courtney. Right, Courtney. We must exercise our right to vote. Definitely so. Thank you, Dr. Thomas, for being on from South Carolina. Tony Smith, good evening to you. Thank you, sweetie pie. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm going to ask everyone if they would be kind enough to please do share. And in the process of your sharing, you're blessing someone. Like I said, they may not be on live, but they can definitely get the recording. Those are my YouTube friends. Thank you for the heart. Somebody just gave me a heart. Bless you. Thank you. And for the few of us that are still up, and I love the ones that are talking to me now. Listen, I work, I got a job like everyone else. Get up at 5. So I'm only going to get about 4 hours of sleep tonight. But this to me is so important. And I've been running all day, but I wanted to take the time late hour night to say, please go out and vote. Get your little sticker and vote. You have so much power in your voice. You have so much power. Not even just having legislating rights on the earth realm, but you have legislating right in the spiritual realm. We got to execute our voice by making a mark. I'm gonna say it again. We have to execute our voice by making the mark, and that is voting. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about, just to let everyone know, those that have been following me for a long time. Hi, Sabrina. Sabrina, hey, baby. Hey, Angie. Great morning, sweetie pie. Angie, the consultant, the counselor. Thank you, Angie, for being on, baby. Will you be kind enough to share for me? And thank you for your support, Angie. And congratulations with your new daughter. But guys, if you could be so kind to share and get it out to everyone, anybody you know in Georgia, make sure you push and get them to vote. It's so important. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and I want you to listen to me very carefully. I was talking to several clients tonight, my big deal members. We had a great discussion. I won't go into details with everything we talked about, But one of the things I want to share with you on tonight, and I want y'all to make sure you can hear me, is that January is a filtering month. Can I get somebody to put that in the box? That January is a filtering month. Now, I'm gonna not go into full details, but I'm going to tell you why I'm sharing this with you. Many of you are truly under an open heaven, and you already can testify to that. You're truly under an open heaven. Now, listen to me very carefully. I'm going to say this, and I want you to understand this. Alexa, two. I want you to understand this, and I want you to hear me very carefully when I say this. All right? I'm going to take her down to one. Alexa, one. Alexa, one. Level one. She don't want to go, y'all. Alexa, level one. It's bad when technology is disobedient. But anyway, so this is what I want you to hear me. Listen, listen, listen. If you tuned in, it's because you need to be on here. January is a filtering month. I'm prophetically speaking. I'm telling you what is transpiring. I want you to hear me very, very carefully. You are under an open heaven. And what you've been thinking is the enemy is not the enemy, it's the turbulence, and it's the prerequisite for your next level of blessings. Hear me carefully. Anybody know when you're on a plane and it deals with turbulence? Turbulence only deals with the speed, and it also, are you hearing me? It deals with the speed and the wind. And that is what caused the turbulence. A lot of times we know when you're going into the clouds, hear what I'm telling you. When you go into in the clouds, you're going to have turbulence. You're going to have a little rumble or shaking. So some of the conflicts and confrontations and the what you call the challenges you're having is really not the enemy. But what is happening, you're feeling the residue for the filtering. You're feeling the residue of the filtering. Now, listen to me carefully when I say this. And hello, Nisha. Hello, sweetie pie. Hello, Nisha. I'm seeing other rooms. I'm going back and forth the room. So if I don't call your name, please don't be upset. But guys, will you please share? And please give hearts. Give hearts. I think I have one person that have liked it so far. That's a crime shame. Only one person has liked it. Y'all, come on, help me out. So, but understand this is that anytime what people don't understand, when you leave from one season or one dimension or one realm, a lot of time people are ready to jump into a new season, a new year, and they're ready to go. But what they do not understand that even though, watch this, that has changed, that does not mean you still don't carry the residue from your last season. So even though, watch this, you may have something brand new on, you could be wearing something brand new, but you still smell like you're old. You can wear something brand new and still smell like you're old. So you can look new, but what you're carrying is still old. And so one of the revelations that God was giving me, he said, yes, you stepped and crossed over to a new season, but this first month is about filtering off you what has carried over with you. Because even though you stepped into new, you have to understand that some of the things you've dealt with, some of the situations, the spirit, the energy has carried over with you, even though your mind is new. Even though y'all hear me, even though your mind is new, that does not mean that the residue is not still on you. Let me give you another example. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking prophetically. So everybody's doing they're doing these resolutions, they're making all these plans and doing all these things. And let me tell you what normally happens around the fourth month, by around the end, I would say around the end actually of March, going into April. 9 times out of 10, a lot of the people go back into the scenario they were in the previous year. It started off good the first couple of months or 3 months, but somehow around that fourth month, they go back from where they have been. And let me tell you why. Because I shared with the people I was talking to tonight, your act may have changed, but you may still be on the same path. Now, I said something profound there, and I hope you heard what I just said. Your act may have changed, but if you're still on the same path with a new act, you're still going to have the same type of bumps you had the previous year. So now the purpose of the filtering, January being the filtering month, I heard somebody say, Lord have mercy. I don't know who said that in the spirit, but I just heard it. But the reason why January is your filtering month, because this is your month of detox. You being detox. You being detox. I want you to hear me. So you listen, let me tell you something. Like with me, when I begin to lose my weight, y'all please share. When I begin to lose my weight, I began to lose my weight. And so I saw my weight loss, but there was still things in my system I was still battling with because I had been having it for such a long time. Let me give you another example. If you meet someone who battled alcoholism and they finally have overcome not having the urge so much to drink, even though they may have not drunk for years, they still can have the smell of alcohol pouring out of their pores. So just because you smell it on them don't mean that is who they are, what they do, but they're still filtering out. God, I'm talking good. They're still, yes, Lord, talk. They're still filtering out what has been built within them. So just because they have released something is not necessary that it has released them. Okay. So January is your filtering month. Now, let me help you. What you need to be doing in this month, that's why you find traditionally, you find customarily that most people are fasting in the month of January. They're consecrating in the month of January. They're going through sanctification in the month of January. And what you're finding that first month, the first month is what I call the preparation month. And so, what I've learned, God gave me the revelation. He said, don't count your first month. What you really need to do is allow your first, watch this, your first 31 days to be your filtering month. That means you got to now write down the plan. But I want you to hear this. Even though you write down the plan, I was telling the people, I said, don't write down a plan and then you just set these solid goals of like a certain number, specific number. What you need to do is develop a plan that's a continuous plan. Because let me tell you what happened when you begin to develop a plan and you begin to have this set goal by this time, I'm going to be here. And then when you get there and you're not there, now you're dealing with the spirit of failure. And when you deal with the spirit of failure, what tends to seem to happen is that once you tap into that realm of that spirit of energy of failure, it's hard to get it off you because that residue will follow you. So when you have an attempt to do something and you fail that first time, it's going to be very hard for you to pick up for the next time because you set yourself up for failure. So one of the revelations God given me, he said, set the plan, but allow it to be always a continuous plan and not just a solid plan. Because when you have a continuous plan, that means it gives you room for adjustment. It gives you room for flexibility. It gives you room for evaluation. And this is the thing. Catch me when I say this. This is the season now that you don't necessarily look at the project or your projection, but you got to focus on the progression. Because what happens when you get into a place of looking at a certain thing, and for some reason you don't get to that certain thing, for some reason you get into a place, you go in a slump, you go into a withdrawal. So guess what happens? You go back to your old ways quickly because of that one attempt that did not allow you to make it. So, what I want to say to you is this, guys, I hope it's helping you. Are you sharing? Why do I still have one heart? Why do I are y'all sharing this? Why am I still having one heart? I have two people that have liked this post, but I have 12 people watching. So I'm trying to figure out what is happening. Why is only Dr. Thomas? I don't know what's going on. I'm looking, I only have two people that have liked this, but there's like 11 or 12 of you watching it. Okay. So let's take a moment. Let's like the page. Let's like it. Everybody, can you like? Let's like it. My YouTubers, can you like? Can you comment? Can you like? Can you comment? And don't forget, when you want to talk, put in the box, give me a break. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to message you the link so you can come in and have a conversation. Give me a few more minutes. I want to go with this for a second. So January is your filtering month. Okay. Develop a continuous plan. Okay. Not a plan that it got to be by this date. Now, it's good to always have what I call a goal setting. You always have a goal setting, but give yourself what I call cushion and room, that when these different things come in, these obstacles or unexpected situations, then you have already given it cushion and you're prepared. The only reason I'm saying this because what the enemy would try to do, he would take your continuous plan that was meant to be continuous and he'll make you feel like it was a failed plan. It's not that it's a failed plan, you just forgot to make it a continuous plan, a plan that has evaluations, adjustment, that has what you call monitoring. And so this is a strategies that most people in business always do. And so I want to share this with you only because you are in a place now where you're in this open heaven. What you don't understand, and I'm going to go there and I'm going to really make some people mad when I say this but when I'm also going to challenge your thinking. When we say we're under an open heaven, watch this. That doesn't mean you won't have pain. Okay, let you process that. Just because you're under an open heaven does not mean you will not have pain. When you say you're under an open heaven, that means you just have accessibility to the things that God is releasing in that space and in that time. But that does not mean that you will not feel the activities that are happening in the spiritual realm. So what ends up happening, we have been misdiagnosing ourselves and saying, oh my God, here is the enemy again. And it's not the enemy. What you are experiencing, watch this, is the residue, or you're experiencing the what I call the encounter of activities that are happening in the supernatural realm. And you have to understand now that even that is a privilege because you have an access to know something in real time that is happening that the earth realm hadn't even tapped into yet. Are you following what I just said? So being under an open heaven gives you accessibility. It also gives you another level of sensitivity. It gives you another level of visibility. And now you're in a position now that you have this tangibility of being able to be in the presence of God, be in the presence of the activity. And now it gives you that authority, but also it gives you that access that most people will not have. And so what people don't understand, let me help you. When I say this, think about it. If you break the chains off somebody, you can break the chains off somebody. Because you break the chains don't mean they don't have a scar. Because you break the chains don't mean they don't have a mark. Because you break the chains does not mean they're not sore. Because if something gripped you tight for so long and you finally let it go, it's going to cramp up, it's going to hurt, it's going to get stiff. So what I'm saying to you, you could be under an open heaven and you still can have the residue of what I call the feeling of some type of situation or discomfort or pain. That doesn't mean God has released you. That does not mean that it's the enemy attacking you. It's just the fact that, watch this, you may have been in a situation that you've been under a restraint or you've been constrained for something. But when you break out of something, your presence or your being has to readjust to the new place. And what you guys don't understand, that what you are receiving is the turbulence of your brand new place. It's the turbulence of what God is sitting you in this season. This is your month of filtering. Let me tell you what I'm doing. What I'm doing in this month, I'm looking at my continuous plan and I'm getting in shape for the next 11 months. I'm not taking the first month and just going off the bandwagon. But what I'm doing my first month in my new year is detoxing my spirit, my mind, my energy, my thinking, my vision to get prepared for the next 11 months. And what I'm saying to you is this, just like a baby, when a baby is born and is within the first month, watch this, and it's within the first month, when it's in the first month, that baby is not ready to talk. That baby is going into an environment that baby is looking to learn the environment. That baby is trying to get our understanding of what is that? Is that light? That baby is trying to begin to understand, what is that smell? Oh, that's the smell of my father. That's the smell of my mother. The very first month, the first 4 months. We even said that that baby, watch this, is an infant. We classified that first couple of months as an infant stage because you cannot listen. You cannot plan these big plans within your infant stage. You got to get into the place of development. Your infant stage is a time of development. Your first month in January is about you developing yourself in the new season. Let me help you. When you walk into a new season, your regimen has to change for that season. So guess what? It has to change when the season come and when it change. So take the first, I would say the first 31 days and process yourself, cleanse yourself, get yourself ready, and be careful when you make these quick plans in such an early stage. Because first, the first thing you need to do is get with God and take that first month and get yourself processed. Get yourself filtered. Go through your detoxing. And so I'm saying this, I'm being honest with you. We're missing it because we're quick to jump in, but we haven't been processed for our new beginning. Be processed in your new beginning first and then move. Before a runner takes off, there got to be first a ready and a set process before there's a go. So you got to get ready, then you got to get in position to be set. Then you can go. And even with that, that's a three-stage process. So guess what? I've been telling my clients, get through your first 2 months. Take the first month of getting detox, get your plan down, your continuous plan down. Take the second month, and then we look at the strategy of what you do, because now you can see clearer because you detox. You're trying to make a plan, and you still got residue from your last season that had been dropped off you in this season. And what ends up happening, people say, well, I'm delivered. Well, let me go there. You can be delivered, but that does not mean you still don't have, watch this, the scent around you. It does not mean that you're not going to be challenged in your deliverance. So now that even though you have been delivered, now you got to be processed in your deliverance, because what ends up happening, that itself takes a process. You go through the deliverance, but what a lot of people don't know, and I've done several deliverance services, probably not as quite as many others. But one thing my call is, one of my calls, a mantle of my life is deliverance. And one thing I've learned in my deliverance services from churches or whatever it may be, you always, when you go through the process of deliverance, there should always be a follow-up after the process of the deliverance to then talk about, watch this, the healing. Because you can deliver someone, but they're still, watch this, having the residue for what they've been through, and they still hadn't received their healing. So we got people in the church that may have been delivered, but they ain't fully healed. And somebody saying, well, isn't that an oxymoron? Isn't that contradicting what you're saying? You can be delivered. Let me help you. I can be delivered, watch this, from having an experiencing with a person, and I can still talk to that person, but that doesn't mean that I don't still feel what I went through. I still can love them. I can still joke with them, have fun with them, but I still have, watch this, damage issues in me. I can treat them good, but I still can be damaged, because even though I've been delivered from what I've experienced, does not mean I've been set free from what I'm still holding. Did you hear what I just said? So, in saying that, Carol, I see you. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Hello, Rhonda. Excuse me, Ronald. Thank you so much. Adrian, it's good to see you, Adrian. Thank you for being here. Hey, D Bryant, thank you. I see Anita. Hey, girl. Hey, sweetie pie. Thank you, guys. And so, if y'all could be kind enough to share and go ahead and like. So, what I'm saying is, it's necessary. Somebody just put in the box, it's necessary. Now, that brings me to my point of this. You're going through the filtering. January is your filtering stage. What ends up happening, people are moving so quickly in this year. And we're excited because we're ready for the breakthrough. We're ready for something new, you know? But I've said to many people, this is the year of the voice. This is the year of hearing. Okay. And there's many things. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and declare it now. I'm gonna tell you what I've been saying the last 3 days, and everything I've been saying been manifesting like quickly, like within hours. So I'm gonna share this with you, and then I'm just gonna talk to you about what I got coming up, and we're gonna be done. Okay. And this is what I wrote down prophetically, and I wrote it down because I know when God speak, I write. He said, "This is the year of hearing. This is excuse me, the year of hearing. This is the year of the voice. This is the year of the heart. People's hearts are being purified. People are now going to be walking into seriously forgiveness. This is the year of the people, the unity of people, the unity of people. This is the year of restitution and prosperity. This is the year of debt cancellation that will take place. There are going to be some things that are going to be reduced, whether it's student loans or whatever. They're going to be literally what I call some grace that's going to be given into a lot of debts that's within this year. There is the year of recovery for employment. You're going to see the employment rate rise back up again and open businesses after the first 3 months. That fourth month, fifth month, you're going to see that happen. This is the year of many new homeowners. Now, watch this. You may be a homeowner, but let me go this, and there may be somebody that's in an apartment, one in a home, but I'm seeing people begin now becoming multiple homeowners. I'm seeing people not having one home, but they've now beginning to purchase other homes, whether they rent it out, whether they flip it, or whether they take it as a shelter, whatever they do for collateral, because I saw that the real estate market is going to be very ludicrous. It's going to be very beneficial to you. Okay, this is going to be the season and the year of property releases like never before. I see that this is going to be a year of investment and stock market trendings. It's going to be up and down, up and down. I also saw that this is the year of industrial and also of not only industrial, I wrote it down, but it's also going to be a year of business growth. So where the numbers have been dropping, you're going to start now seeing the business profits, what I call their profit is going to start now increasing. This is the years of breakout and breakthroughs. Okay. This is the year of exposure. There are going to be a lot of scandals being exposed. I spoke this on Saturday and then start unfolding with Trump and everyone else. There are going to be a lot of exposure of high positions and personalities in the church, in the marketplace, and in entertainment as well as in government. And there's going to be a lot of under table stuff that's going to come out in the open. But this exposure is only for the composure of the new wind that's coming in. So this is the year of exposure for composure. This is the year of justice and equality like never before. People are going to have more freedom to speak. There are going to be a lot of more sensitive situations happen, but there's going to be a sincerity that rise up out of the people. This is the year of governmental promotions and acceleration. People that never dealt with politics are going to be entering politics, going to be pulled into politics. Why? Because they carry integrity. Integrity is going to be the focus of our governmental operation, not with only in the United States, within the globe. Integrity, the spirit of integrity is taking its ranking again, where deceit, manipulation, and what I called sabotage have been trying to rule governmental status and governmental leadership. Integrity is coming back and is standing firm that integrity is not going to tolerate what they call backdoor mess, but integrity is going to expose people. And again, it's going to come by the voice. This is also the year of global transformation. There are going to be changes left and right. This is the year of what I call technological inventions and scientific discoveries with animals and things like that. This is the year of consecration and sanctification of leaders. The pulpit is going to be a change. Church, we know, is already transforming and changing, but there's going to be a lot of, I'm just going to be honest with you. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. That's what a prophet does. But there are going to be a lot of pastors and leaders are going to have to come down. Why? Because God has been speaking and speaking to them about living a life that is of Him, and yet the money, the greed, the power, the popularity, the wanting to be seen, the connections have overtaken their assignment, their charge to God, that God now is going to shift the platform. He's going to shift the role. And those you really haven't heard much of are now going to be given the opportunity to be used by God and the whole public light. This is the year that the removal of falsehood would take place, but yet the appointment of purity and truth. Truth is going to stand the ground this year. You're going to see so much truth and transparency come out. That's why I've been pushing about the truthology. Truthology is going to come out like never before. But listen to me carefully and quote me and listen to me as the Spirit of the Lord is speaking. You're going to see a lot of more riots around the next, I would say actually the next 60 days. You're going to see riots. You're going to see burning buildings. You're going to see people come against. You're going to see somewhat of race wars. You're going to see a lot of but this rising up is only, listen to me, it's only going to bring us into the place of composure. So let me help you. Before a wound can heal, it has to be exposed. And what happens, the air helps the healing of a wound. So this has to be exposed before we get to the land of healing, to the land is healed. This is the year of conversion from church sensation. Sensation is not going to be a part of the church as it has been, but people are not going to have a level of hunger for information. The hooping and the hollering, jumping around 3 times, running and tapping your neighbor, and all of that is going to start dwindling down. People are not going to be moved by that. People are going to be bored by that. They're going to want information. They're going to want to hear what thus says the Lord. They're going to want to know now strategies. They're going to want to know, how do I invest in this and that? So the church, the movement of the church is transforming. The delivery of the church is changing. Not that God has changed, but the presentation of church, the operation of church is changing. And what do I mean by that? What I'm saying is simply this, is that with the education of the community and the people is going to come strictly now from the church. And watch this, governmental officials are going to rely heavily than ever before on the church leaders to give them information to what is happening of the signs of the time. We call this the Issachar anointing. And you're going to find that leaders of the church, well, you have been separating state from church, you're going to see there's going to be a merging of communication. And now the political table is going to be a political table of spiritual leaders. You're going to find where you had all these traditional old time way of doing stuff. I'm going to be careful. I don't want to offend people, but I want to be truthful when I say I want to be in obedience of God, that old Southern stuff is about to come to an end. And that is now why you have some people who have old Southern beliefs, old slave mentality beliefs are now going to have an uproar because their season has ended. It is now shutting down. That you're going to have a diverse people that are going to begin to say equality is a must. And so now that's why you see the transition in the government. And that is why you're going to see more diversity, and not just seeing visually, but you're going to see it actively. Because what has happened, what we've been doing in the past, we have been putting people in position because of their diversity and their ethnicity. But what is now is happening, they're not just going to hold a spot, they're going to act. And so what I'm saying to you, this is what we're going to see. This is the year of transparency and clarity. This is the year of movement and no longer of monuments. You're going to find monuments going to be torn down more and more and more. Monuments that push in inequality, monuments that push injustice, they're going to come down. And that is prophetically been done, because monuments will not hold its ground any longer, but movement will. You're going to see more movements. You're going to see more coming together. You're going to see more protesting. You're going to see more rallies. But these are going to be positive things because of the change that is taking place in this year. So what I'm saying to you, again, this is where we are. The world is evolving. Things are changing. And you're a part of the change. And so, listen to me. You are part of the change. You are part of the change, okay? You're part of the change. Now, I'm trying to see who want to give me a break, who want to join in here and talk to me. And while we're doing that, those who come in and say, give me a break, I want to talk. I want to talk. I want to talk. I want to see. I want to listen to me. I want you to pray. I want you to pray. Listen to me. I'm being careful what I release and what I say. And God don't just talk to me. He talked to all of you. Okay. But I'm telling you what I know. I know what's going to happen. I know it. We got to pray for our political officials, Republican and Democrat. Okay. What I saw in the room, I saw kidnappings. I'm trying to be careful what all I say. I saw kidnapping. I saw people being threatened left and right. I saw prices put on heads of people. I saw because certain things that were planted under the table are falling through. And listen, let me tell you something. The Spirit of the Lord has more power than somebody's desire. The Spirit of the Lord has more power than somebody's strategic plan of sabotaging, manipulating, and deceiving. God, listen to me. The angels that God has already dispatched, they already set everything up. So there's nothing that people that's trying to be corrupt to do can do. And it's out of their hands, it's out of their power. And let me tell you what I saw in the spirit as well. I saw that people that are used to having so much power get stripped of that power. I saw people that were mishandling power are being stripped of that power, and they can't understand how did this happen and why did this happen because they've been so used to being in control. This is not just government. This is in education. This is in the medical field. This is in business. This is in entertainment. Okay, this is in organizations and nonprofit and civil organization leaders. People that's been used to having the control are being stripped of that if they have been misusing it. Why? Because this is a season of transformation, global transformation, and government adjustment. And this is the month of filtering. That's why everything's going to hit the roof in this month. It's not by chance that transitioning and changes happen in January. The new year changes, governmental voting a lot of times happen in this month. Notice this. Watch this. The physical year for money for schools normally happen in this month. Are you hearing me? Watch this. This starts the month that people file their taxes. January, January has is the month of transition and transformation. Is the month of filtering. So things that have to be empty out, is going to happen in January. Things that have to be filled in or filled up is going to happen in January. Okay. So that means you got to be empty out, and you also, after that, has to be refilled. Okay. So understand what I'm saying to you now. Hello, Lakeisha. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chantel. Thank you so much. Please, y'all share. And guys, y'all gotta like the page. I only have 10 people liking. Can you just take a moment and like the page, please, and share it? And so I want you to understand where you are. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. You are under an open heaven. There is an open heaven this month. And somebody said that can't be. It is. And what the turbulence is not the enemy, it's the fulfillment and is the prerequisite for the completion of where God is taking you. It is the month of the graduation. And when I mean the month of the graduation, we're about to go into a new course. But before you could take the new course, you have to finish the last course. And the last course was not in December. The last course is in January. This is the month of filtering. I'm telling you what I know. You're going to see trends change. You're going to see operations change. You're going to see the importing and exporting. They're going to be affected. Food is going to be affected. Money is going to be affected. Are you following me? So listen to me. This is where we are. Take this month and get filtered. The Bible said that even in the Bible, they had to shake the dust off their feet when they went from one place to another transition. This is the month of shaking the dust off your feet. I don't care how new this year is. I don't care. That residue is still there. Okay. So remember that. Now that brings me to my next point. Well, all you guys are listening and watching. Hello, Kenneth. Thank you so much, Kenneth, for being a part. Thank you, Kenneth. Guys, look at the box. If you want to jump in on here, just say, give me a break. I'll bring you in. I inbox you or message you. I message you the link to jump in this, and you can join me on this platform. But before I do that, I just want to share this with you, and then I'm done, okay? And then I'm going to be done. I want you to know that the reason I wanted to share this tonight, I want to encourage you to go out and vote. Go out and vote. Use your legislating rights. Listen, let me tell you something. Everybody on the spiritual realm is so legal. Is so, when I talk about law terms, cast out, veto, loose, bind, come against. It is legal terms. It's legal terms. Your voting is a legal stand. It's a legal statement. Okay. So the kingdom of God operates on legalities. It operates on votes. Now, let me help you what your votes are. Your votes are connected to your prayer. Your votes is connected to your declarations. Your votes are connected to your decreeing. Okay, so now take what God is giving you in the realm. Now, listen to me. The Bible says that He has given, literally give you the keys to the kingdom. But then after that scripture, He said, whatever you bind on earth is bind in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth is loose in heaven. Your vote is your key. Your vote is your key. Don't take it lightly. So if you're in the state of Georgia, you need to vote. Simply as that. Do all that tongue, jump around, but you don't legislate on the earth realm, but you expect him to just only legislate in the spiritual realm. He put you here to be ruler. He put you here to have dominion. Vote. Right? Now, I want to share this. One of the first thing I wanted to say to you is that if you could join me on January the 11th through the 13th, if you could be kind enough to join me, I'm going to go into details of 52 things. These 52 things are going to be crucial in this year of 2021. Okay. And if you could, if you look at the bottom, what you need to do is go to my website, Dianna, drdiannaglobal.com. And when you go there to drdiannaglobal.com, there will be a link for you to register. You get in 3 nights, and you're also getting a brief ebook relating to the 52 things to break. It is a summary of my new book that's coming out this year called 52 Things to Break as a Leader. And so you're going to get actually what I call a summary of that book. So you're going to have that information. And listen to me, this session and the book, the ebook is about application, not for you just to read, to gain information. It's for you to read, to implement the information, to change some things in your life. So I wanted to introduce this to you. And listen, if you can, great. If you can't, that's understandable. But for those who are interested, go to my website, sign up for the 3-night seminar. Each night is at 7 p.m. We typically get off around 8:30. So it's from 7 to 8, or either sometimes you'll go over to 8:30. And it's only $55. For $55, you get 3 nights. This is dirt cheap. It's like robbery cheap. You're getting 3 nights. Not only are you getting 3 nights, you're getting the ebook, and also you're going to get information about this. So I want you to be a part of that. Okay. And so I wanted to share that with you. Please share it. If you can't come, you can sow into someone else that they can. As you can see, I made it dirt cheap. So it's not about a money thing. I don't care about the money thing. I just want you to have the information. But it does take finances to produce the books, to get the information, to do all the things I do. And but I want you to have what you need to have. Okay. The next thing that I wanted to share with you, and just to let you know that our nights have changed. I now come on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. So believe it or not, it is Tuesday. It's 1 o'clock in the darn morning. It's Tuesday. So I will be back on tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m., we will be right here on Facebook Live and on YouTube. If you haven't, visit my YouTube channel. If you want to keep in contact with me, if you want to know what's going on, just make sure you text. What you can do, all you have to do is text the deal breakers. Look at the bottom, text deal breaker to 31996, and you'll get notification. Anytime I go live, anything I do, you will get a notification. You can skip it, you can delete it, whatever you want to do. At least you know when I'm on live on YouTube or on Facebook. And also, I'm going to be giving you information that you can join me in the Clubhouse. As you know, the Clubhouse is a new networking app, and you can start joining me there. I'm going to start having room chats on Clubhouse as well. So we're doing a lot of great things. Okay. Now, also, last but not least, I just want to go through everything as I go through it. If you haven't become a deal breaker, a big deal member, I want you to do that. I want you to become, and it's very, very cheap. It's only $21 a month. I would love for you to be a part of that. Some of you may have never heard of me before, but again, I'm Dr. Dianna, the Deal Breaker, and I want you to become a part of that. And so if you have not, all you have to do is visit my website. Okay, just visit my website, and that information is right there for you to become a deal breaker. Okay, a big deal member. So make sure you check onto that now. And then, of course, one other thing I want to share with you, again, is that I'm so excited. We're going to be starting our podcast in another week and a half. I will be doing live radio podcasts to empower you, to equip you. And so I'm excited right now. We're scheduled it from Tuesday at 9 p.m. So in the next week or so, you can actually listen to me through the Anchor radio station and podcast. And so we'll be doing that weekly podcast. So I'm so excited what God is doing with that. And so we want to hit all sectors, whether it's radio, whether it's social Facebook, we got YouTube, we got Twitter, and so we're just going that Clubhouse. We're doing a lot of great things, and I thank God that He's given me the opportunity to do that. So I wanted to share these things with you guys, and just to let you know what is happening and what is going on. Now, visit me, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Facebook, my Instagram, and be a part. All right. Now, all of that is said. Before I leave tonight, I just want to see, is there anyone that want to join me on the platform? Any comments you want to make, anything you want to say? And I just want you to know I'm grateful to all of you for being so supportive. And just to let you know, we will be having the Ecclesia Global Conference this year. Yay. And we have some phenomenal people. We have Sophia Ruffin. We have Leandria Johnson. We have Kiera Shears, who's now Kelly. She just got married. Congratulations, Kiera. We're excited about you and your new beau, your new boo. She called him Babe. And we have E.T. Everybody loves Eric. And E.T. is going to be with us. That boy, no joke. And then we have Roland Martin, who is truly a community advocate. He's one of the leaders that really push political. He believes in empowering. He has his own thing with his Roland, filtered show on Facebook Live. So we have a phenomenal lineup. I want you to go to Eventbrite. Go now. Listen, you're going to be saving $50. It's only $99 for this lineup. This is crazy. We're talking about 3 days, 5 sessions from powerful people that are going to be looking at you one on one, okay? And in the session and the platform. And it's only $99 until January the 31st. So that's the case. You only have literally only 26 days to get the deal. After that, it goes back up, and it goes back up to 149. So please take advantage of this, and I hope that you can be a part and join us. And for the people who have already registered, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you in that platform for the Ecclesia Global Conference. That's June 24th through the 26th, 2021. And so we're so excited what God is going to be doing. So just to give you an idea what's transpiring, just know that I will be talking about Suited Up for Change. Sophia will be focusing on maximizing and mobilizing. Kiera Shears, which I'm so excited, she's going to be talking about basically growing and glowing. Roland Martin, he's going to be focusing on leaders and legacy. Leandria Johnson is going to be talking about overcoming obstacles. And we know that she has really been through a lot, but she's doing so well. She has a new team around her. She's bouncing back with flow. I mean, like, she's blowing up. She's getting her grip, her groove, her flow. And then of course Eric Thomas is going to be talking about, again, I love this. He's going to talk about basically rebooting. He's going to be telling you about how to rebuild and reboot. So we're going to be excited about these information, and they're going to give you strategies. They're going to give you information. They ain't going to just talk to you. They're going to let you leave out with strategies to change your life. Okay. So I just want to share that and then say again, guys. So now, is there anyone that want to come on the platform and just make any comments? I'm going to look now into um, my inbox and see if anybody put down in the phrase, give me a break. If I see a give me a break, I'm going to add you. I'm going to inbox you, message you the link. So let me look here and see if anybody said, give me a break, because there may be somebody here saying, give me a break. And just remember, we got 2 events. Go to the web page, again, DrDiannaGlobal.com for that 3-day, because I really want you to be a part of that. I really want you to be a part of that, guys. Okay. All right. So now let's see who's on here and who's ready to come on here and talk with me, because I would love to hear from you. So let me see who I got here. Do I have anyone want to talk? I know it's early in the morning. Let me go to the second page and see if there's anyone that wants to talk. I don't want to leave no one out. I don't want to leave anyone out. Okay. Anybody have to give me a break there? Let me see. Okay, no, give me a break. So nobody on Dr. Dianna the Deal Breaker page saying give me a break. I didn't see anyone on Diana Holland say give me a break. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. If no one else have any, don't want to jump on, don't have any comments, don't have any questions, that is fine. And I appreciate you being a part. Thank you guys for some of you stuck with me from the beginning to the end. I appreciate you. And just remember all the things we talked about. Before you get off, please like the page now and share it. And can I get about, listen, can I get at least 5 of you to do the watch party? Because I'm telling you, people, they tap into those watch parties, whether you know it or not. And then also, if you could share it to all your friends and your group, because I want them to have the information and the revelation. So let's recap in the last 60 seconds. You're going to go vote today. The polls close at 7 p.m. If you're in Georgia, go vote today. The polls close at 7 p.m. Number two, you're going to begin now to develop a continuous plan, a plan that you can constantly revisit. All right? Revisit, revisit, revisit. Because what I want you to do is not necessarily look so much at the product, but I want you to look at the progression of what you are, where you are, and what you're doing. Number three, one of the things you have to understand, this is a filtering month. So don't move so quickly and get all this all gone and done in January, because this is your incubator month. Okay, this is the incubator month. This is the month of detoxing spiritually, mentally, visually, emotionally, psychologically, mentally. So let this be the detoxing month. Take it slow, process, think, hear from God. Make sure that you have an understanding what your next move, what it is. Check your surroundings, check your connections, check your patterns. Take your time. Listen to me, people. Slow down. Process this month. Okay. And then the last thing I want to share with you, and it's very important you understand the road of this year and what is transpiring in this year, so you would know how to maneuver within your year. Because the thing is, you can move all day, but what you're doing does not align to what is happening, and it does not meet the needs of what is happening, you're going to have the repeated 2020 year versus having your fresh 2021 year. So look at what is transpiring through the prophecy I've given you, what's coming, what has already started, and see how is it, how is your gift, how is your call and your purpose in the alignment of meeting the needs of this year. And that is how you're going to prosper. You can create anything, but if it's out of timing and it doesn't have a significance to the need in the year, you will not prosper the way you want. Your purpose has to align to what the need is in this season. That's why it's important that you just don't get connected to a pastor, but you get connected to a prophet that is a pastor, because that is the key this season, is to be able to hear what thus says the Lord. Yes, you can hear for yourself, but one thing God has always spoken in his word, he has provided a prophet to be his mouthpiece to speak. He has allowed the pastor to preach, but he has allowed the prophet to be the mouthpiece to inform you, to make you aware, to allow you to see, allow you to be proactive. And I love God, because when he gave the prophet, he gave us a leading indicator. He didn't give us a lagging indicator. So the purpose of a prophet is to give you the lead, to let you know how to lead, how to process, how to activate, how to implement, how to regulate. And so now it is important. Don't just connect to the pastor, but say, Pastor, I'm praying, pray for your leader, that the prophetic flow through your pastor. Because what is the sense of having to preach word Help me up in here. You got to preach word, but you have no information to what to do for what is coming. So I can have information, but if I don't know what's coming and how it's coming, I'm not going to even know how to properly use the information because I was not prepared. In order to be prepared, you got to have indicators of what is coming in order to get prepared. So what has happened, we have been so reactive, but we have not learned to get into the realm and the spirit of proactivity. And that is how you become great. That is how you become successful because you're more proactive than you are reactive. The reaction is no longer a need. The reaction is not going to get you anywhere. See, let me tell you about people who are proactive. When things happen, they don't act crazy and they don't react no any kind of way because they were already prepared. When you are already prepared, you're going to be in a different position. Your mindset is going to be different. Your conversation is going to be different. Your attitude is going to be different. And there's going to be a boldness about you because you're already ready for something that others were not ready for. So I decree and declare over your life tonight as we close that you will begin to now cease in this filtering season. And you will also understand that God has you under an open heaven. And because you have the open heaven, you have access to something great. But if you don't know how to access it, if you don't know how to work when you get it, then it is no sense in you receiving it. Because what happens, people get stuff and they mishandle it. And when they mishandle it, and then they say it's the devil, it wasn't the devil. You just weren't prepared and you weren't aware of what to do with what you got. So now what you got to do now is connect yourself with people who can help you to get ready to be prepared. I will be honored to be your number one cheerleader. And how do I do that? You need to be a part of the Big Deal membership. I am Dr. Dianna, the deal breaker, and I will be your number one cheerleader because my position is not to judge you, it's not to push you. My only responsibility is to enlighten you and to provoke you. Because what I learned, when somebody provokes somebody, you will get a reaction. And my purpose in your life is for you to react, to watch this, the proactivity that is already in your life, not to react for what something has already had, but to react to what is about to come. So now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part. Thank you for this time. Thank you for allowing me to spend literally a little bit under an hour with you. It says 56 minutes. I made my mark because my goal is if I can't give it to you within an hour, I don't need to waste your time. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You're listening to Dr. Dianna, the Deal Breaker. I will see you back here briefly tomorrow night. We usually do our session for about, again, 55 minutes or so. See you back here, actually tonight. See you tonight, Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time right here. Get the word out. Make sure you text deal breaker to 31996 so you can get all my updates and you can get my notification whenever, anytime I go live. Thank you guys. I love you. And again, shout outs to all of you that are watching and listening. Till next time. Bye. Be encouraged.